Dumelang bana ba kgoši. I'm back. Bana ba kgoši, today I really, when I was going through a certain article, so I came across an article that actually speaks to the dreams, right? So now I thought maybe I should come here and share with you. And I think this is something that is very interesting and something that you are aware of, right? You recall at the time when we were growing up, right? We had big dreams, big dreams. Like myself, at some point I wanted to be a pilot, right? But the biggest question is, did I really work hard, to achieve that dream, right? As you know that there are actually requirements. Becoming a pilot, obviously, you should have passed mathematics, you should have passed physical science, should have passed your English very, very well, right? But I also know that, it will require somebody with some financial muscles. You will need money, to become a pilot because the training, so the training requires quite a lot of money. So I think I was fortunate because I've been in the aviation before, so I know exactly how it works. But going back to the question, is there is something that actually really it has happened, from the time we started to develop our own dreams and now, because it's like we are, I don't know, giving up nation. If there is such a terminology, we give up quite easy. I don't know exactly what happened to us. I mean, I would just imagine myself, as a pilot moving from one destination to another. I had such kind of dreams. But as time progressed, all the dreams are gone now, right? And I just want to ask this question as to what is it that we can do as individuals to keep our dreams alive, right? So, like when you want to become a medical doctor, what is it that you can do? The very same dream that you have as a grade 12 learner, what is it that one can do to keep it alive until, you achieve that, right? I know, yes, there are actually issues, problems that we encounter as we grow up. Some we even actually get into the wrong relationships, and as a result of that, your life just turns up, up and down, and then you end up not even knowing, whether you are going or you are coming. So it just become a disaster altogether. But the other thing that actually I think really we lose as people, we tend to listen to um, all the, like we tend to listen to everything that we come across, whether should it be like on Facebook or anywhere, we take it as it is, right? And we swallow that without even chewing, right? So I think it's very important that as we receive things, we start interrogating what actually we receive. Is this consumable, right? Before we can just, rarahlela ko gano. Because I don't think that each and every information that is out there is important and relevant, right? I think it's a high time that we become selective of the information that we receive, right? If you really want to become, for an example, a policeman, right? So, because that's your career choice, that's exactly what you want in life, right? So, you should be working towards that. You need to gather the information around that particular career. If you want to become, say, a data quality analyst, so somebody who actually can think, so you need to know the requirements. You need to know, you need to ask the relevant people to say, how do I really become an analyst, right? So you need to know what does the analyst do, right? You need to focus there and make sure that you collect the information relevant to that particular job. It's very, very important. The other thing that actually I think I've identified, I think, re na le magetla, man. We have got, and that problem is really killing our dreams, because instead of just going to your neighbor and ask, hey, Mona John, how do I become a statistician? By the way, what does it mean to become a statistician? What it requires? Where can I actually study that? Does University of Limpopo offers that, or is it only University of Cape Town? Or get that information. So some of you just actually wait, and then you fold your arms, and then you wait for manna from heaven. I don't think that God can just come and say, you know what, my son, the way that actually I love you, I just want to make you a medical doctor. You sitting there doing nothing. I don't think God can really do that favor. God has been doing quite a lot of favors, but you just sitting not doing anything. Are okay, ngwana ka tsore ke motla wana o chartered accountant. O ntse o dula like o sa dire selo. No. That one modimo ke a bona a ka se tswele a e direng. So bana ba kgoši, it's very important. Go out there, even if they laugh at you. We have been laughed at many times. So many people, they never believed in us. A lot of people actually laughed at. We're actually a laughing stock. You get what I'm saying? So we've been a laughing stock forever. In fact, if you are still scared to be criticized in this particular world, you will die actually poor, right? If you're still concerned about what people think about you, you cannot change that, right? You can just choose. The only thing you can do, you can choose how to react to that. So that's the control that you have. But you have got no control over what people say about you. I don't know if like I make sense. So Banawa Koshi, this thing like is very close to my heart because I see quite a lot of learners in particular. They are actually quitting school. They're hopeless. It's like there are no opportunities, and you know what? It's like go fedile ka bona. And it's my concern. It's my concern. I'm no longer youth, but then I think it's my cause. I've been youth and I've been very active in addressing like issues like that, and those issues are still very close to my heart. So, Panabahoshi, if you look at on the internet, there are quite a lot of opportunities out there. I must actually be. I know people are saying I want to mebereko and all that. So I want us to be very critical when we speak about this issue. When we say what I want to mebereko, what kind of jobs are we talking about, right? So if you look at the IT related jobs, right, there are quite many. And it's every day they've been advertised. The biggest question is, do we have the necessary skill to execute such jobs? So that's one of the biggest questions that I would like to put. Do I really have the necessary skills to carry out this job? Because when the company actually hire you, right, it hires you, with the trust that you'll be able to deliver, right? That's why they give you the job spec to say, look, these are the responsibility that you will need to carry out on daily basis. And when you sign the contract, in other words, you are binding yourself to say, look, I as John, I'll be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So yes, not necessarily that you need to know 100%. I mean, some things actually are pretty new, like the system wise. So you might be actually maybe you have got knowledge of something else and they're using something else. That is understandable. So you will just have to learn because that's actually the system that they're using. But in terms of the scale, I mean, if you're an analyst, you're a mathematician, it doesn't even matter where you work, right? Numbers are numbers, whether actually you're working in the healthcare or in aviation or in the bank, but two is two, right? So those are some of the things. But the scale, so it's very important. So Banabakosh, my last message. So I can see. So this I've taken about like 8 minutes. So it is important. I urge everyone, especially those who are actually doing grade 12, right? And grade 11, as well as those graduates who have graduated but are still seeking jobs. I can tell you right now, get to the internet, right? There are actually free courses, especially if you want to actually take my route as an analyst. Definitely you'll have to spend more time learning these things yourself. There are YouTubes where you can just Google, for an example, let's just say AI, artificial intelligence, and then you must spend time listening to how actually people solve problems using AI, because that's what actually striving to be. So if you want to be an AI specialist, so you need to understand what people actually do, and it's your responsibility to listen and understand, right? Because in most cases, most of the companies now, they don't ask you about what you have done at school, but they ask you about what is it that you can do. Will you be able to solve this problem? You must be a problem solver. So, Panabahoji, I'm just saying, let's spend our data. I know, like, if we want to refresh, Facebook is there, Twitter is there, and other social medias is there. But one other thing is that look at the LinkedIn one, Ahoji. LinkedIn, if you really want to be inspired, go to LinkedIn. Just in 5 minutes, you are inspired because you're gonna get a motivation. The motivation is there. I mean, you just get in there, people are celebrating the achievement. People are working hard. People are not sleeping. People are making sure that they improve their lives professionally, right? So that's what people actually are doing at the moment. So I just thought that these kind of topics, we rarely talk about them. We normally talk about the funny things, you know. So we celebrate these smaller nyana things, but we are less concerned about how to build our lives, right? So I, as John, I just decided to say, okay, let's. So today is Wednesday, right? So every Wednesday, I'm going to come with a new topic that I would like you to at least participate. I will invite maybe the speakers, and then we talk about these issues. And by so doing, I think we don't want to reach million people, even if we reach one, right? So even if we reach one person, so I think it's enough, because if a life of a one person can change for the better, therefore I think that should be actually a win for us. Thank you very much and enjoy your evening. Cheers, bye. Thank you. I'm trying to switch off here.